tank tops and short shorts, he made millions of people fall in love with fitness, his positivity, and iconic moves. Just as popular as the man himself. Tonight, we're remembering Richard Simmons.
The party's not over. This case will proceed.
One hurdle down, but the legal battle just beginning. Alec Baldwin facing new troubles in connection to the Rust movie set shooting. The News at 10 starts right now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the News at 10. I'm Rick Chamber.
And I'm Kareen Winter. The nation is in shock tonight after gunfire erupts at a large rally, leaving former President Donald Trump injured and a spectator dead.
The Secret Service killed that gunman in what the FBI now is calling an assassination attempt. The clearly audible shooting broke out just minutes after the former president began speaking in front of thousands of his supporters. And then in an instant, the jubilation turned to terror when Trump was hit.
KTLA's Chris Wolf joins us in studio with more on the attack that has left the nation shaken. Chris.
Absolutely, Kareen and Rick. What a very difficult day this has been. First off, take a look at this. We are getting some new video in of the former President Trump getting off a plane in New Jersey this evening, hours after the mayhem in Pennsylvania. Investigators are still working to positively identify the shooter and his motives. Fox News is reporting he was 20 years old from the local Butler County, Pennsylvania area. The rally venue is still an active crime scene.
If you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Gunfire, chaos, and terror at a Donald Trump political rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, Saturday evening, shortly after 6 p.m. local time. Secret Service agents close in and swarm around the former president and presumptive Republican presidential nominee.
I got you, sir. I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes, sir.
Hold that in your head, bloody.
So we got to move to the bus. Let me get my shoes.
Agents whisk Trump to a nearby SUV as he raises his fist and pumps his fist in a show of defiance and resilience as blood races down the right side of his face. He seems to mouth the word fight repeatedly.
I'm at the Trump rally and somebody just started shooting.
Cell phones capture the frantic atmosphere of what is described as an assassination attempt from another angle close to the shooter.
He's got a gun! Stay under here. He's on top of the roof. Don't go over there. He's on the roof, buddy.
Law enforcement sources say Secret Service agents, quote, engaged with the shooter and killed him. A widely circulating image shows a body lying on top of a warehouse outside the rally. Officials say one attendee was killed and at least two others were critically injured. They were apparently sitting in the bleachers behind the stage. This dark and deadly turn in the race for the White House comes days before Trump is to be officially named the Republican nominee at his party's convention and in the midst of a politically divided nation.
It was pretty traumatic for everyone. Nothing like it before, ever. Probably a minute or two before the shooting, saw a guy, gray shirt, climbing up the metal roof on the building right beside us. And didn't know what he was doing, trying to alert cops and police that there was a guy crawling on the roof. And then we saw a rifle sling over his shoulder. And yeah, after that, a couple shots fired off.
More than a couple.
It was so surreal when you heard the sound of the bullets. It just went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're looking around like firecrackers, and the nephew goes, get down, and he just shoves us down. And I just wanted to crawl out of there on my stomach because I was so scared. I firmly believe the prayer circle saved us because we were so close.
There's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick. It's sick.
It's one of the reasons why we have to unite this country.
While the extent of his injuries is still unclear, Donald Trump posted, "I was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of my right ear. I knew immediately that something was wrong in that I heard a whizzing sound, shots, and immediately felt the bullet ripping through the skin. Much bleeding took place, so I realized then what was happening. God bless America." The Trump campaign says the former president thanks law enforcement and first responders for their quick action during this heinous act. I'm Chris Wolf. Rick, Karine, back to you.
All right, Wolfie, we thank you for that. As the investigation begins now into this assassination attempt on Mr. Trump, questions are being raised about security lapses that allowed it to happen. And now a retired Secret Service agent is criticizing security at that rally, remembering lessons we all learned in the 1981 attempt on President Reagan's life.
Angelique Hockaday is live in the KTLA News Center with more. Angelique.
Rick and Karine, I spoke to that agent just a few hours ago. He wasted no time in calling today's attack on President Trump that left one spectator dead and 2 others injured a mistake.
A Secret Service surrounded and then rushed off a bloodied President Trump during his Pennsylvania rally on Saturday. Officials at the Secret Service were quick to update the public on Trump's condition, tweeting the former president is safe. But questions started to swirl about the chaotic moments leading up to what's now being investigated as an attempted assassination. Mainly, how did this happen?
I can candidly say, yes, it's a mistake.
Retired Secret Service agent Mike Verden not sugarcoating today's vulnerabilities after learning the shots appeared to come from an elevated position outside the rally venue.
That roof should have a law enforcement presence, or it should be under surveillance. And if somebody positions themselves on the roof like this person did with a firearm, they never should have been able to shoot the firearm.
The terrifying moment bringing back memories for nearly half the population of America's last attempted assassination on its commander-in-chief. President Ronald Reagan was shot in 1981 after speaking at an event in D.C. Verden says the Secret Service learned a lot that day.
Because of that incident, we'll never see a president exit a building and then walk in the open to the motorcade.
He says they will learn a lot about today, too, as the investigation reveals more details. But he also says the reaction will go down in history.
So the response to the incident was textbook. As we've learned, the shots were coming from stage right. So they evacuated the president's stage left. And fortunately, that's where the motorcade was.
While the motive remains unclear, today's attack on Trump follows a string of political violence in America. The January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol, the hammer-wielding man who attacked the husband of former Speaker Nancy Pelosi, and the California man who threatened to kill Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. But today, as the investigation into the attack begins, the political unrest only seems to be getting more intense.
Now, Mike told me from here the FBI will lead the investigation with effort from any local law enforcement, going through cell phone footage and trying to learn as much as they can about the shooter. Of course, all this happening days before the Republican National Convention kicks off. From the News Center, Angelique Hockaday, I'll send it back to you.
Angelique, thank you for that. And stay with KTLA 5 for continuing coverage of the Trump rally shooting. We'll have another report coming up on our news at 10:30. But for any time at the latest, you can just head over to KTLA.com or download the free KTLA app. And decades after he inspired millions of people to turn to fitness with his eccentric and good-humored antics, Richard Simmons has died. Simmons reportedly died of natural causes just months after he announced that he had skin cancer.
In life, he was enthusiastic and he brought unbridled joy to people of all ages. Here's a look back at Richard Simmons' career. One day after his 76th birthday, legendary fitness personality Richard Simmons passed away at his home in the Hollywood Hills Saturday morning. Police and fire officials say they arrived at the scene around 10 a.m. following a call from the housekeeper. The death appears to be the result of cardiac arrest and natural causes.
1, 2, 3.
3.
Simmons was born in 1948 in New Orleans, Louisiana, and relocated to Los Angeles in the 1970s. With his flamboyant yet compassionate disposition, frequently wild costumes, and exploding frizzy hair, he quickly won over legions of loyal fans after opening a number of gyms and releasing dozens of workout videos, namely Sweatin' to the Oldies. He also hosted The Richard Simmons Show, a combination talk and fitness show from 1980 to 1984. Simmons always shared that he had a difficult childhood, being significantly overweight, but managed to change his life with a strict diet and exercise program. Millions of people struggling with similar issues sought out his guidance.
The people loved Richard Simmons. Coming to the show, the women exercising, we did cooking segments as well. He was a very sensitive man, very, very sensitive man, as a lot of us know.
Simmons also tackled acting, often appearing as himself in shows, including a reported 72 episodes of the soap opera General Hospital. He faded from the spotlight during the last several years, choosing to live quietly and privately. In March, the fitness guru revealed he had been diagnosed with skin cancer and would have surgery to remove the malignant cells. Sadly, KTLA had just wished Richard Simmons a happy birthday on air yesterday. We've been inviting him to come to the KTLA morning show for some time, but he has declined. He did reach out to one of our executive producers yesterday, writing, "Dear Peter, I just finished reading your email. I have a special place in my heart for Channel 5. Did you know I taped my show there before you all taped the news? I was so sad to hear about Sam Rubin. He was so good to me. I'm not doing any interviews right now, but thank you for asking. Will you do me a favor? Say hello to everyone there for me." Oh, and he's already so missed. Richard Simmons adopted many titles that fans just loved, like the Pied Piper of Pounds and the Clown Prince of Fitness. There will never be another like Simmons.
And the world is also saying goodbye to famed sex therapist Dr. Ruth Westheimer. She died at the age of 96. Known for her frank talk about sex and her pint-sized frame, Dr. Ruth would become a pop icon, a media star, a best-selling author.
Marty Hughes has more on her life and legacy.
Dr. Ruth Westheimer, the frank-talking therapist who made it okay to talk about sex.
In the New York area, Dr. Ruth Westheimer has become somewhat of a cult figure. She is a professor of human sexuality at the New York Hospital, Cornell University Medical College. She's also the host of a very popular call-in radio program entitled Sexually Speaking. Please welcome Dr. Ruth Westheimer. Tell me about your radio program.
All right. I'll tell you about my radio program. It started...
Westheimer was a pedigreed, world-renowned psychosexual therapist who moved normally private therapy sessions about bedroom topics and put them on airways with huge success.
Are you using contraceptives?
Her New York radio program expanded from a 15-minute show to an hour in the 80s. She then took her success and expanded it into TV talk shows and wrote 40 books. Her larger-than-life personality built into her pint-sized 4'7" frame and a heavy German accent added up to someone people confided in. She believed her passion for love grew from a painful past.
I thought that this part of my being so interested in issues of sexuality had also something to do with my having had no family.
Westheimer says during World War II, her parents saved her life by sending her out of Germany to a Swiss orphanage. She survived, but her Orthodox Jewish parents died in the Holocaust. After the war, she was a sniper for the Jewish Underground Army. Eventually, Westheimer moved to America, to New York City, where she not only started a family, but began her educational and professional life. She wanted to take the stigma off of sex and looked for avenues to reach as many people as possible. The therapist started a website where she had a column and took questions. Her work continued on her radio and TV shows, becoming a part of the 80s and 90s pop culture. Westheimer appeared in films, commercials, TV game shows, and sitcoms, always playing herself.
If you think that's great, try
need the body wash.
She remained a popular talk show guest.
Say sex with more enthusiasm. Don't just say sex like this as if you don't
I didn't say sex like that. I didn't.
No.
Yeah.
With enthusiasm.
Yeah. Hey, sex is you help people with sex and talk about sex and just great sex things, but you don't want to talk about your own sex life. You don't.
And stayed active well into her 90s. Hulu produced a documentary about her life called Ask Dr. Ruth, and she remained on social media answering questions on Twitter, joking when they changed her logo to an X. So now all my tweets are X-rated, even when I don't mention sex.
And our thanks to Marnie for putting that together. In other news, actor Alec Baldwin is not out of the woods just yet, apparently. Attorney Gloria Allred is going after the actor and representing the family of slain cinematographer Elena Hutchins. A 66-year-old Baldwin, you remember, broke down in tears in New Mexico in the courtroom there yesterday after a judge announced the dismissal of his shooting trial, ruling that the prosecutors withheld potential evidence. But today, Gloria Allred spoke out to remind the public and Baldwin that his civil trial troubles are only just beginning.
We will get a jury trial in this case, unless he decides to do the right thing before that and resolve it in a meaningful way. Maybe a little premature for Alec Baldwin to be having his party. Maybe somebody should remind him the party's not over.
Well, Mr. Baldwin, as well as other producers working on Rust during the deadly shooting, still face civil lawsuits from the Hutchins family and crew members who worked on that film.
Breaking news tonight in Fontana. That's where firefighters are battling a massive fire at a pallet yard. This is video you're seeing just into our newsroom from a KTLA viewer, and you can see flames and also thick smoke billowing into the air. We're told the fire erupted just after 8 tonight. It's burning on Whitram Avenue. That's near Beach Avenue, if you're familiar with the area. And right now, the fire has spread to about an acre of stacked pallets. The San Bernardino Fire Department is asking people to stay indoors due to smoke and air quality concerns.
And in Riverside, a firefighter was injured battling flames overnight at a commercial building there. Crews had to rush to put out this fire, and it was over at 5th and Commerce. It took nearly 7 hours, though, to get these flames under control. The battalion chief there says that the building was a vehicle parts storage facility, but no word yet tonight on the condition of that injured firefighter. But investigators, of course, looking into what may have caused this one.
All right, time now to turn to weather. Kai, we enjoy the slightly cooler temps today, but will they continue into tomorrow?
Yeah, we're going to see a little bit of a cool down. We'll talk about that. Now, the fires that we just showed you, they were within city limits, and hopefully they can continue to get those fires under control. But we still have a great amount of fire weather danger throughout much of Southern California. As a matter of fact, the mountains, some of the high country through San Bernardino County, also down into the Riverside County communities, looking forward to a red flag warning that's going to continue through the night tonight. And then a little bit further to the north, where we're still looking for areas through Kern County, the southern sections of the Sierra Range, the Tehachapi, Lake Isabella communities, they're under an excessive heat warning, and that also is in play through the remainder of the night tonight. We're just not seeing a great deal of recovery because the overnight lows are going to be in the 70s and even some low 80s, so difficult conditions for the inland areas through the night tonight. But again, better news ahead. We've seen a little bit of some monsoon moisture moving through Southern California, and we've got a good marine layer that continues to mix it up along the shoreline as well, keeping the beaches into the 60s right now. Santa Monica 67, very pleasant inland. We've got Ontario at 72, Riverside also at 72. We'll talk about that gradual cooling trend, and we'll get into next weekend's possibly hot forecast in just a couple of minutes. Back to you.
All right, Kai, we'll talk to you in a few. Still ahead here on the news at 10 o'clock, our continuing coverage on the assassination attempt of former President Trump.
The latest on the campaign rally shooting, the chaos, and the critical investigation tonight.
Also, a heart-stopping rampage up in the Hollywood Hills. The woman who is under arrest tonight suspected of being behind this bloody crime spree.
And a final return home. A Southern California climber vanished in an avalanche decades ago, leaving behind a devastated family desperate for answers. But tonight, they have the closure they thought that would never come. Plus, Pink's here.
I am. The U.S. men's national team is in need of a new coach, and they're targeting one of L.A.'s skippers. Oh. I've got that story for you. Plus, Dodgers drop a tough one in Motown. It was pretty ugly this morning, our time. It was an early afternoon game in Detroit. They blew a 5-run lead in the 9th inning. Highlights and much more over the next hour here on KTLA 5 on this Saturday night.
Hey guys, it's Al. We got some rough weather heading your way. I know it doesn't look like it right now, but it is going to pour. Hey, BMW, play my music.
Sure. Was that a roker?
There are many ways to spend your summer, but only one will make it ultimate.
Can't believe they bought it.
The electric BMW summer sales event starts now. Lease the BMW i4 eDrive 35 for $449 per month through July 31st.
Any slow sipper knows you'll enjoy your drink from McDonald's longer than anyone else.
Right now, get any size soft drink or frozen drink for $1.49. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm going to get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
I knew that Larry H. Parker, their reputation was to fight for you, that they were trustworthy.
Their reputation is very loyal. They're going to do as they say, and they're going to come out successful.
They reassured me that I wasn't alone, that they were there to support me.
Larry H. Parker basically did everything that needed to be done. All I had to do was show up.
It was painless. They pretty much do everything.
They were very caring and honest.
They assured me that they would help me, and they did.
Experience Lake Arrowhead's ultimate adventure at Sky Park in Santa's Village. Explore forested mountain biking trails, zip lining, fly fishing, and endless outdoor fun for the whole family. Join LA Loves Alex's Lemonade in the fight against childhood cancer by hosting your own lemonade stand this summer. For more information on how to join Team KTLA or to donate, visit ktla.com/lemonade. Live in studio, Cobra Kai's Martin Kove will preview the final season of this Emmy award-winning show. Also joining us live, Claudia Dumit from Amazon's hit series The Boys. Monday on the KTLA 5 Morning News.
Bit of a cool down in our local weather today. Let's go to Kai. He's got the forecast.
Oh, thanks very much, Corinne, Rick. Well, good evening, everybody. Yes, we did see a lot less of the triple digits in Southern California as we kicked off your weekend. Outside tonight, we're looking at a beautiful downtown Los Angeles live shot, mostly clear skies. Along the coast, we're seeing the marine layer beginning to build in, and it's mixed in with a little bit of some remnants of some subtropical cloud cover that came through much of Southern California today. Most of that now up above the Point Conception area. We could see another opportunity for some thunderstorms in the mountains and deserts tomorrow afternoon. We'll talk about that coming up in the extended. Still warm up in the deserts tonight. We've got Lancaster at about 83 degrees, still hot out in the Coachella Valley. They're coming in right now at 99. We're getting cooler up in Big Bear, but still on the comfortable side. 63 there. Santa Monica at about 67 degrees. You just saw we've got an air quality alert, and that is in play for much of the Coachella Valley as we make our way through the night tonight. And also we've got not only red flag warnings that are in place for the mountains of the San Bernardino Riverside communities, but as we make our way just to the north, heading up into Kern County, the southern sections of the Sierra Range, well, we've got an excessive heat warning that's going to stick around in both just for a little while longer until we make our way into your Sunday morning. Now, the reason we're seeing a bit of a cool down, well, it's this area of low pressure, but unfortunately today we also had a lot of heat index. We saw that monsoon moisture coming through Southern California courtesy of this ridge of high pressure pulling in that moisture from the southeast. We'll see another round of that taking place tomorrow, but again, that heat index sort of offset the little bit of a cool down that we had today, so it actually felt a little bit warmer in terms of the temperatures that came through Southern California. But nonetheless, we'd look forward to a warm Sunday afternoon rather than a hot, scorching Sunday afternoon, and the marine layer developing once again through the night tonight will give us a little bit of help with that nice cooler sea air, and again, thunderstorm chances for tomorrow as we head into the mountains and deserts. But by Monday, well, we'll turn the spigot off in terms of that monsoon moisture. However, we'll still see temperatures on the warm side as we start the work week. But again, we'll look forward to triple digits, but not quite yet. That'll be off into the extended forecast. And again, take a look, some comfortable conditions, a little bit better, still summertime. Van Nuys 91.88 as we head into Pasadena. Beaches continue to stay into the low 70s. Long Beach Airport tomorrow at 81 degrees. We'll see Fullerton at 84. I think the Chino Hills could make it to about 92, and then we'll see some mid and upper 90s throughout much of the Inland Empire. And again, temps on average at about 97 degrees tomorrow. Still a little bit of humidity sticking around, especially for Riverside, San Bernardino County. We'll take a bit of a pause on Monday and Tuesday, a couple of degrees cooler, but by Wednesday, well, we start to see the heat returning. And next Friday, Saturday, daytime highs for the Inland Empire between 101 to 102. The San Fernando Valley, a little bit of some summer-like conditions, but not too hot until we get to Thursday, Friday at 98, and then next Saturday back to the century mark. Downtown Los Angeles, no triples, no 90s, but we will see low 80s all the way through Wednesday. By Thursday, we'll see temperatures making their way back into the mid-80s, and we'll stay there through next Saturday. Corinne, Rick, back to you.
Looking good, Kai. Thanks for that. Coming up, an image that is out of this world.
A look at two distant galaxies from a view never seen before in honor of the James Webb Space Telescope's 2nd anniversary.
And a mansion in the San Fernando Valley is burglarized, and that suspect still on the loose tonight. We've got more on that investigation and the luxury items taken.
This summer is the perfect time to get away with a great deal on your favorite Hyundai models. All backed by America's best warranty, plus 3 years or 36,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. Add more joy to your journey. Hurry in to the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get in and get away now. Now for a limited time, get 1.99% APR for 60 months on the Hyundai Tucson or Elantra. Hurry in to the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
In all of Los Angeles, there's no place like Wicked. Wicked, the untold true story of the Witches of Oz, flies back to the Hollywood Pantages Theater from December 4th through February 2nd only. NBC Nightly News calls it the most successful Broadway show ever. Visit BroadwayandHollywood.com to get Wicked.
One of the questions I'm often asked is, what's my case worth? Of course, that depends on your injuries. We try more accident cases to verdict than any firm in America.
Out of nowhere, I just got rear-ended. I reached out to Morgan & Morgan directly from the scene. Morgan & Morgan got my initial offer 10x'd.
When it came to negotiating, they didn't just settle for anything. They definitely went to bat for me. It's just like they cared about me.
Numbers don't lie. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
When is a sofa more than a sofa? When my designers get their hands on it. We're talking a drop-down table and accent shelving in my Playday. Pop-up sleepers and hidden storage in my Playscape. Thoughtful finishes like nail-head detailing on my playlist. And my playground with Bobapedic memory foam seats in customizable configurations. I'm not as flexible as my sectionals. When you can get 4 stylish sectionals designed for everyday living at my everyday low prices, there's only one thing to say. Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
Without my good feet, I would not be able to do this. And remember, I'm in my 60s. Hey!
At Morongo, we have the best guests, and we always have the best prizes. I just made winners out of all these tables. Dave here is going to the all-you-can-eat marketplace on me. Yeah! Just gave Franny $500 in promo chips. You're welcome. And hey, Mark and Brittany, I'm comping you a meal at Cielo. So what are you thinking?
Steak and lobster.
Excellent choice. Because who doesn't love free steak and lobster? Someone in this room can win a brand new car.
A Genesis GV60 EV, July 28th, Morongo.
Oh, that's a good time.
Now at 10:30, former President Trump says he's safe after a shooting at his rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, just outside of Pittsburgh. The Secret Service says the shooter is dead, along with one person attending the rally.
2 others, though, critically injured tonight. Washington correspondent Vinay Similot has the latest.
A searing moment Saturday afternoon. Former President Donald Trump says a bullet pierced his upper ear in a shooting at a campaign rally.
Take a look at what happened.
You can see the moment President Trump grabbed his face and ducked. In a post on Truth Social, the former president says he immediately felt the bullet ripping through his skin. Secret Service returned fire, killing the shooter.
Shooters down. Are we good to move? Wait.
As Secret Service lifted Trump up, he fist pumped to the crowd. Photos show blood on Trump's face. Easton Smith says he was standing outside the Western Pennsylvania rally by the fence.
Probably a minute or two before the shooting, saw a guy, gray shirt, climbing up the metal roof on the building right beside us.
He says he saw the shooter with a rifle over his shoulder.
Yeah, after that, a couple shots fired off.
President Biden says he's been briefed on the shooting. He cut his weekend trip to Delaware short after the attack on the former president.
There's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick. It's sick.
President Biden spoke with former President Trump on Saturday evening.
The idea that there's political violence or violence in America like this is just unheard of. It's just not appropriate. And everybody must condemn it.
The Trump campaign says the Republican National Convention will begin Monday as planned. In Washington, I'm Vinay Simlot.
Yeah, all eyes will be on that convention. All right, let's bring things back here locally. A look at our forecast. Here's Kai.
Well, thanks very much, guys. Hey, what a beautiful night it is here in Southern California. Seeing mostly clear skies. We had some hot temperatures in some of the valley communities this afternoon, and it was helped out greatly by the heat index. We saw a lot of monsoon moisture that began to roll into Southern California. That took place late Friday, but a little bit more so this afternoon, leading to some thunderstorms in the Big Bear area, Fawnskin, and eventually up towards Barstow, Central California as well. Temperatures right now, once again, quite pleasant. We've got 69 in the downtown area, 70 for Fullerton, low 70s as well in Ontario, and about 68 degrees right now in Camarillo. Still some dangerous conditions outside for the remainder of the night. Tonight, we're looking at a red flag warning, extreme fire weather danger for much of the San Bernardino County mountains, the high desert communities, also the mountains there in Riverside County, Idlewild in particular. And then we'll head just above the Antelope Valley as we head up the I-5 corridor as well. We've got excessive heat warnings in place through tomorrow morning. We will talk about those, and we'll get into a pleasant current forecast coming your way for Sunday in just a couple of minutes. Back to you.
All right, Kai, we look forward to it. Thanks. We've got some incredible video to show you that you can only see here on 5. A bloody rampage with a hatchet in the Hollywood Hills. It ends with a car being set on fire. Take a look. This happened just before 10:30 this morning on Argyle Avenue, just off Franklin. Cell phone video capturing the moment that a woman who was covered in blood sets a Prius on fire. And as the flames engulf the car, officers then are arriving, rushing to the scene, taking that woman into custody, but then running into a nearby apartment building. And that's where they found another woman injured in what appeared to be a hatchet attack. Officers recovered that weapon from the scene. Now, the fire also spread to a nearby Jeep before the crews could put out those flames. Both of those vehicles were destroyed. But no word tonight on the condition of that woman or what led to all this violence.
Thieves targeted a high-end Woodland Hills home, and this happened overnight. Unconfirmed reports say at least one thief made off with jewelry, cash, and also designer handbags. The break-in happened around 11:15 last night. This was along Del Moreno Avenue. It's known for multi-million-dollar homes. We've learned that no one was home at the time of the break-in, but police say a suspect was seen leaving the area on foot. That person wearing a black hoodie and also surgical gloves. Authorities are reviewing surveillance footage and are now investigating.
And elsewhere, police are on the hunt for some thieves who stole a large number of handguns and rifles early this morning from a weapon shop in the city of Orange. Investigators say that the crooks pulled into the parking lot of the Fowler Gun Room on Tustin Street. This was just after 5 o'clock this morning. They then used a silver Kia to slam through the front of that shop. Several men jumped out, stormed the store, grabbed pretty much anything they could. The Orange Police Department, now working with the ATF to hunt down these criminals.
Now at 10:30, a decades-old mystery is finally solved, and now a local family has the answers that they have been seeking. 58-year-old Bill Stamfel disappeared during a mountain climbing adventure in Peru 22 years ago.
And until now, his family wasn't sure what had happened to him, but they finally got word that his body had been recovered. KTLA 5's Shelby Nelson now reports from Chino.
He was not a man of many words, but when he spoke, everybody stopped to listen.
58-year-old Bill Stamfel was an accomplished civil engineer from Chino. He was a family man.
My dad loved being a dad.
But what he also loved was adventure.
He trained in Baldy, also in Joshua Tree as well. He was a mountain climbing instructor.
It was in 2002, Bill and two of his friends set off to summit Mount Huascaran, Peru's tallest peak.
We knew my dad's planning and calculations were going to bring him home safely.
But a safe return home never happened. Bill and two of his friends were buried when an avalanche came down, killing all three of them. The news of their disappearance both shocking and heartbreaking. At the time, Bill's daughter, Jennifer Stamfel, had hope until she received crushing news.
At some point, they did stop the search, and that was really hard. Because you're like, what if he's still alive? You know, what if there's a chance?
Now, 22 years later, Jennifer receiving a call she never thought would come. An American hiker who set out on the same path as her dad not only had found Bill last month, but he made it a point to contact Bill's family. Jennifer remembers the call from her brother.
He said, they found Dad. And, I just said, what? And I think he was still in shock at the time, too, and it just took us a second of silence to just process hearing that out loud.
This is video of a teen carrying her dad down from the icy mountain. That other American hiker, Ryan Cooper of Las Vegas, was unable to summit with his brother because of the potentially deadly conditions. It was a disappointment, but as they came down, that's when they spotted something that didn't fit the landscape. It was Bill.
It hit me shortly after that I realized I wasn't there to summit. I was there to find Bill and then get Bill back to his family. Fanny pack he had on, which had his identification in it. And that was kind of a pivotal moment because we knew when we saw he was from Chino, California, and we were American as well, that was a responsibility.
Bringing closure to the Stamfels that they thought they'd never have.
It gives you renewed hope and trust in humanity.
Shelby Nelson, KTLA 5 News.
More of your top stories coming up next, including a heartless crime.
A park bench beloved in a local neighborhood for decades is vandalized and destroyed. How residents are rallying together to get it replaced.
This is the GMC Sierra, powered by the TurboMax engine, with the confidence of 430 pound-feet of best-in-class standard torque. GMC Sierra, it's the truck. Get 1.9% APR on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models, or current eligible GMC owners get over $7,800 total value. We are professional grade GMC.
This journey moves us. It brings us towards a healthier future. It surprises us, challenges us, inspires us. This journey never stops. Because to change what healthcare can be, there's only one direction to go.
Is the internet signal any better now?
Why did we get internet from this cell phone company? My video call's starting soon.
We heard there's an interruption in your cell phone internet.
The Ball Brothers.
Here to save you with super fast, reliable Spectrum Internet.
Switch to Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month and no added taxes or fees and free advanced Wi-Fi. Call 1-844-851-2528 or scan to call.
Wow, this install was plug and play.
And Spectrum Internet is super fast.
With the advanced Wi-Fi, you now have enhanced security, which keeps you protected from online threats.
I feel safer already.
And there's no data caps. You can game, surf, and stream all you want.
With Spectrum, you get the most reliable internet speeds that millions of customers rely on.
That's what we need. You seeing?
Switch to Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month and no added taxes or fees and free advanced Wi-Fi. Call 1-844-851-2528 or scan to call.
Another mission possible with Spectrum.
Call now.
Prime time for savings. I'll tell you how to score the best Amazon Prime Day deals. Next, Rich on Tech.
Monday on the KTLA 5 Morning News. The CW's Live Golf boasts an elite powerhouse lineup.
Brooks Koepka, Cam Smith, Taylor Gooch,
including John Rahm, Joaquin Niemann, and U.S. Open champion Bryson DeChambeau. Live Golf Andalusia. Watch live Sunday at 10 a.m. on KTLA 5, the CW.
Take a look at this. NASA releasing a new image. It's taken by the $10 billion James Webb Space Telescope in celebration of its second anniversary. And the image shows two distant galaxies interacting with each other, resembling a penguin and its egg. The object in the image is called APR 142. The telescope can look further back in time than other telescopes, as it can see the earliest galaxies just after they were formed.
Well, it's fascinating to see what that telescope is picking up. Guy could kind of look at those images all night.
Yeah, it's amazing. We're just so minuscule.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really amazing. Hey, everybody, good evening to you, one and all. I hope you had a great day, a great start to your weekend. We've got clear skies in the downtown area, really throughout much of Southern California. Once we head to the coast, it's a little bit of a different story. We're going to talk about that marine layer momentarily, but it continued to stay hot inland, of course, especially the deserts, the high deserts, Palmdale going to 106 today, the San Fernando Valley, Northridge, that was a very warm afternoon at 97, hot for much of the Inland Empire, temperatures in the upper 90s, and we saw the San Bernardino Airport reaching 100 today, and then Yorba Linda coming in at about 96 degrees. And once again tonight, well, yeah, the stars are out shining bright for the inland communities. Here's the marine layer building along the shoreline and up into the Point Conception, San Luis Obispo area, the remnants of a lot of that monsoon cloud cover that came through Southern California throughout the afternoon hours. We're taking a look up into Lancaster, currently again coming out of the triple digits right now to 83 degrees, so not a lot of relief tonight as we'll make our way out to the coast. Santa Ana 68, Palm Springs 99, Santa Monica pleasant at about 67 degrees. We've got unfortunately some poor air quality out into the Coachella Valley, so an air quality alert staying in place for just a little while longer until we get to the 11 o'clock hour. And as we take a look at your weather headlines, well, we have gradually seen a lot less of the triple digits, a lot less of the upper 90s, and we'll continue to see temperatures declining a little bit more throughout the day tomorrow, all the way through Monday and Tuesday. Marine layer is going to help out a lot because it's going to deposit that cooler sea air throughout the late nights and mornings through some of the inland areas, but still staying dangerous, fire weather danger for many of the inland mountain desert communities, not just through the weekend, but into much of next week and definitely by next weekend, where we look forward to probably another heat wave that's going to come through Southern California. Here's the setup right now. We've got an area of low pressure off of the California coastline. That's going to start to get a little bit closer. That's going to once again help cool things down as the ridge of high pressure starts to flatten out and moves a little bit further to the east throughout the next 2-3 days. That helps create the coastal eddy, the marine layer, giving us that cloud cover instead of hot daytime highs as we head into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We'll look forward to warm daytime highs. And once again, I mentioned the fact that we saw some monsoon moisture today, and that could take place as we make our way into tomorrow as well. Take a look early tomorrow morning, maybe Orange County, possibly picking up some drizzle. I just want to throw that out there for you. And then into the afternoon, as the heat begins to percolate through the mountains and deserts, we could see another round of thunderstorm chances for some of those particular areas. Taking a look at the day tomorrow, still triple digits for the Antelope Valley, Lancaster 102. Will knock Woodland Hills down to 94 degrees, Burbank, Pasadena at about 88 degrees. Sunday afternoon at Manhattan Beach tomorrow, 72 degrees. Pomona, a little bit warmer. We'll go to 90 there tomorrow. Orange County, Irvine, 79. We'll hit Chino Hills a little as we head east at about 92 degrees. 99 for San Bernardino. So still very warm and in certain sections hot for much of the Inland Empire. Palm Springs could also pick up a thunderstorm tomorrow with a daytime high of 103 degrees. Inland areas of Orange County, 84 tomorrow. Mid-80s continue into Monday. Take a little bit of a break. We'll cut the temperatures down a couple to 3 degrees Tuesday, Wednesday, and then by Friday, we'll see temperatures back into the upper 80s once again. Mountains still have a chance for some thunderstorms thunderstorms tomorrow. As we head into the remainder of the work week, 70s and 80s, and then next weekend, next Saturday, well, we'll probably see not only some hotter temperatures returning, but the monsoon moisture returning once again as well. San Gabriel Valley, very warm tomorrow, upper 90s, and that includes Monday. Will stay pretty much that way all the way through much of the week. Temperatures not fluctuating greatly for that particular sections of Southern California. High deserts, a chance for a thunderstorm tomorrow at 101 triple digits, topping out at 106 by next Friday and Saturday. Back to you.
All right. Thanks so much, Kai. Well, some not so great news for Dodgers fans on this Saturday. Here's Ping with sports.
Yes, things continue to go from bad to worse this week for the Dodgers as they lose yet another player for the remainder of the season. Let you know who that is. Meanwhile, the boys in blue dropped a tough one, Motown, after giving up 5-run lead in the bottom of the ninth. Wow, crazy stuff there. Guys doing stuff like that. Speaking of 5, as you watch KTLA 5, LAFC has 5 goals dropped on them in their MLS Cup final rematch against the Columbus Crew. All that much more coming up.
Planning a picnic or a banquet? Taste This offers unique ideas for the foods we love. From pure comfort to daringly adventurous. Taste This, Thursdays on the KTLA 5 Morning News at 11 a.m. Sponsored by Smart & Final. Where else?
The Irvine Auto Center Care Program is a group of dealers that believe in supporting their local community. Their employees like to get involved too and volunteer while hosting many local charity events at their dealerships, including the Families Forward Food Drive and the Wyland Foundation Aquatic Mobile Learning Bus. They also support the Irvine Junior Games, Bike MS, and many others. When it comes to supporting our local community, the dealers at Irvine Auto Center, they care.
Dupixent can help people with asthma breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. So this is better, even this. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that's not for sudden breathing problems. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Tell your doctor right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Ask your specialist about Dupixent.
Today's safe driving tip is about courtesy. If the car ahead of you signals to change lanes in front of you, don't accelerate to block them from making the lane change. This behavior endangers both you and the other driver, and please don't change lanes if it forces the car behind you to brake. Be courteous and let's all get where we're going safely.
KTLA 5 and Sweet James Accident Attorneys are dedicated to safe driving across Southern California.
Oh, no worries. That was Roy Choi. He comes here all the time for our meat and produce, but I think what he really gets a kick out of is seeing how high he can stack those club-size boxes.
Smart and Final. Where else? Prime time for savings. I'll tell you how to score the best Amazon Prime Day deals. Next, Rich on Tech.
Monday on the KTLA 5 Morning News. Now, KTLA 5 Sports Final, powered by your Southern California Ford dealers.
All right, after dropping 4 in a row in Philadelphia earlier this week, the Dodgers bounced back last night in Detroit thanks to an RBI double by Shohei Ohtani in the 9th inning, leading to a 4-3 victory. Kind of like a walk-off, right, even though you're on the road. So a little payback from the guys from Detroit, because the Dodgers look to add to that win during a 10 a.m. local start right here. It was like 1 o'clock there, but of course it was a little brunch here if you watch the Dodgers on this Saturday morning. So where I talk about payback, they won in the 9th, but wait till you see what happened. They did it in the 9th. Shohei Ohtani at the dish in the 5th game is all tied up. He had a triple already. Takes that one deep. His National League leading 29th home run. 200th of his career. Oh, by the way, Dodgers lead 3-2. Dodgers led by 5 going into the 9th. They led by 5. Just remember that. They had runners in the corners. Matt Vierling right there takes that pitch down to third baseline. 2-run double. 3-run Dodgers lead. Now we got trouble again. Evan Phillips takes over. 1 out. Carson Kelly keeps the game alive. Ribby right there. Now it's a 2-run lead. Very next pitch. Cole Case says, take that. Game-tying 2-run homer. Phillips can't believe it. Really? I get paid to do this, he's saying? Extra innings they go. Man on. 1 out. In the 10th, Gio Urshela takes Johan Ramirez deep. That's a walk-off 2-run homer. This is bad. Dodgers lose 11-9. It's their Dodgers' first 5-run, 9th-inning blown lead since 2009. Wow, that is crazy. Things continue to get worse for the club. Their pitcher, Dustin May, will miss the remainder of the season after undergoing surgery to repair a tear in his esophagus that appeared earlier this week during a dinner. May has been rehabbing from a torn tendon in his right arm that he suffered last season. Okay, then. You went to biology class, you know where the esophagus is. Angels hosting the Mariners. Jose Soriano starting for the Halos, first inning, runners on the corners. Julio Rodriguez, RBI single. He was 2 years ago, was the AL Rookie of the Year, 1-zip Mariners. Angel bats having Soriano's back shortly after that in the second inning. 2 on, 2 out. Joe Adell out to right center. Mickey Moniak, come on in because we're going to do the Bad News Bears thing. Look at, no one's covering third. Everybody's safe. Angels never look back. They win this one. Final score 2-1. Gray and rainy day for the third round of the Scottish Open. This is an official PGA Tour event. Next week is the British Open. This is a man from Scotland. Robert McIntyre. This guy is due to win. I mean, he's on a run again. 43-footer for Eagle. 7 Jasmine Polini and Barbara Krejcikova. Tom Cruise, hey! Mission Impossible guy, right? I don't know, he's like a lot of different movies. A promising season for the Italian Polini after making her second straight Grand Slam final, but Krejcikova outlasts her younger opponent in 3 sets. She wins in the third 6-4, claims her second career Grand Slam singles title, her first at the All-England Club, and she can get Tom Cruise's autograph. LAFC skipper Steve Cherundolo has emerged as the name to replace Greg Berhalter as the next coach of the U.S. men's national team. Berhalter was fired Wednesday after the U.S. early exit from the Copa America. Cherundolo was asked about the job vacancy on Thursday after LAFC's Open Cup victory, but he remains focused on the black and gold who sit atop the Western Conference. And they would be tested tonight, hosting the Columbus Crew in a rematch of the 2023 MLS Cup finale. There's so much. That's a lot of soccer news I just gave you tonight, by the way. 56th minute. Columbus up 1. Cucho Hernandez with an incredible strike from the opposite side of the box. Columbus goes on to win this one. 5-1, LAFC's worst home loss in club history. LA Galaxy in Texas facing FC Dallas, 55th minute. Asier Ilarramendi with a perfect ball over the top to Logan Farrington, who buries it to double the Dallas lead. Galaxy dropped that one on the road. Final score 2-0. Can't their parents just name David? This be easier, David? Austin Reeves has been a force on the basketball court since joining the Lakers in 2021. And this weekend, he says, heck with basketball, I'm going to try golf, maybe for a living. We'll let you know how he's doing in Lake Tahoe.
Get into an Audi and go your own way. Find your way to exceptional offers during the Summer of Audi sales event at your local Audi dealer.
Depression is a journey. I'd made some progress on my antidepressant, had some daily wins in reducing my symptoms, but I was still masking my depression. So I talked to my doctor. She told me I could build on my wins without changing my antidepressant.
Rexulti, when added to an antidepressant, significantly reduced depression symptoms more than an antidepressant alone.
And less depression, that's a win.
Rexulti can cause serious side effects. Elderly dementia patients have an increased risk of death or stroke. Antidepressants may increase suicidal thoughts and actions and worsen depression in children and young adults. Report new or sudden changes in mood, behavior, thoughts, or feelings, or if you develop suicidal thoughts or actions. Report fever, stiff muscles, and confusion, which can be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death. Weight gain, increased cholesterol, low white blood cells. Unusual urges, dizziness on standing, falls, seizures, trouble swallowing, or sleepiness may occur. keep moving forward. Ask your doctor about Rexulti.
Upset stomach? Iberogast. Indigestion? Iberogast. Bloating? Iberogast. Thanks to a unique combination of herbs, Iberogast helps relieve 6 digestive symptoms to help you feel better. 6 digestive symptoms, the power of nature. Iberogast.
The pizza pioneer since 1954, Shakey's is celebrating 70 years of parlor classics. Meet your match with the Shakey Special. Topped with pepperoni, salami, sausage, ground beef, mushrooms, and olives. Now just $19.54. Meet your match at Shakey's.
Get into an Audi and go your own way. Find your way to exceptional offers during the Summer of Audi sales event at your local Audi dealer.
KTLA 5 is honored to partner with and support the Inner City Youth Orchestra of Los Angeles. Through this organization, young people of color have access to world-class musical training with results that even professionals find awe-inspiring.
We thank you. We thank you for what you do.
You can experience the music of these wonderfully talented young people live in concert Sunday, July 14th, performing their highly acclaimed season finale at Walt Disney Concert Hall. For tickets or to make a donation, visit icyola.org.
All right, let's head to beautiful Lake Tahoe. Second round of the Celebrity American Century Championship. Chris Wolf coming into the studio in a matter of moments. Look who it is. Lakers guard Austin Reeves playing in this tournament for the very first time, and deservedly so. Sticks his tee shot on the famous par 3 17th at Tahoe. 171 after going 7 over yesterday, but Reeves, well, way behind the leader. And former tennis pro Marty Fish is at 15 under. Reeves couldn't get that to go either. Marty should win tomorrow. He plays out of Bel Air Country Club. Playing more for you at 11:35. That's in about 40 minutes. That's what you get of me. Chargers wideout Joshua Palmer plays the Southern California Q&A craze ping pong. You do not want to miss that, so I'll see you then. Bye.
All right, Dave, we'll see you then.
Dave. Okay.
And that's it for the news here at 10 o'clock.
Next at 11, new details on the attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump.
Yeah, we're going to have live team coverage on the intensifying investigation into the shooter, the search for the motive, and what happens next. Now at 11.
Not every decision you make will be as good as getting a Volkswagen at the Savvy VW Summer Sales Event. 2024 Volkswagen models cost less to maintain than Honda. Get 1.9% APR financing or a $2,500 customer bonus on a new 2024 Tiguan.
I don't think anything compares to the experience that you get here at Tough Shed. Their product speaks for itself. It's so high quality. Everything just looks so sturdy and durable. Jump on the Tough Shed online design tool, play around with it, go to a showroom. I promise you won't be disappointed.
Right now, if you purchase a new shed or garage from Tough Shed, we'll paint it for free.
Any slow sipper knows you'll enjoy your drink from McDonald's longer than anyone else.
Right now, get any size soft drink or frozen drink for $1.49. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Wild rivers with good friends at our side. Splash down, yeah, we're gonna let our worries slide.
No school is so cool. Now it's time to hit the wave pool. Fast slides, 30 rides. What a time to be outside. Lazy river, sun is blazing. Summer days feel so amazing. The perfect time for everyone. So come on down and have some fun.
At Wild Rivers, at Wild Rivers, yeah. At Wild Rivers, at Wild Rivers, yeah.
The team at Liberty Parker earned my trust just by staying committed to my situation, reaching out to me, updating me. Every time I needed something, they were there to give it, showed that they actually cared and that loyalty and trust was there from the start.
This summer is the perfect time to get away with a great deal on your favorite Hyundai models. All backed by America's best warranty, plus 3 years or 36,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. Add more joy to your journey. Hurry in to the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get in and get away now. Now for a limited time, get 1.99% APR for 60 months on the Hyundai Tucson or Elantra. Hurry in to the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Prime time for savings. I'll tell you how to score the best Amazon Prime Day deals. Next, Rich on Tech.
Monday on the KTLA 5 Morning News.